You are listening to another Third Coast Nerds podcast. With great podcasts comes great responsibility. Also, great theme music.
Nice.
Yeah. You're leaned all the way over there so you couldn't talk.
Turning down the volume right now. Turning it.
It
down.
likes it dirty like
Turning
that.
it down.
Didn't you set the table up this way? Shouldn't have been optimized slightly differently for? You got an entire side of the table to yourself.
It is optimized.
Yeah, but are you jelly?
No, it's optimized then if he has it all to himself.
Yeah, but I sit. If I sit all the way down that way, then I'm really cut off from Kyle and our returning guest Ed.
No. The Sir Ed.
The Sir Ed. Cheers, big ears.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Is that what it is?
The Sir Ed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a slight stutter.
Yeah, have you forgotten?
I thought it was the Sir Ed.
Oh, no, there's no,
No,
there's
there's no
twice.
two-
No, it
No,
was double.
no.
it
There's
was
extra
double.
these.
Okay,
The.
extra these. But
Yeah,
extra
you've
Sir.
only been knighted once.
But yeah, man. Yeah, episode 50.
Yeah. I'm glad we do our podcast on the second floor of a house.
Yeah,
We're dry.
we survived. We survived the flood. If you're listening to this sometime in the distant future, I don't know why you would be, but yeah, with record floods, like the worst flooding event ever in the history of Houston since the history of ever.
Ooh, fun fact. The amount of water that poured into spring could run Niagara Falls for 88 hours.
Yeah,
Or fill up that stadium in the Dallas 4,800 times.
yeah, I know. I mean, we
You have a fun
basically
fact? That's two of them.
we had 24/7 news coverage for this for like the past 4 days, so you had to hear these interesting fun facts about everyone getting
Yeah.
their stuff destroyed.
Yeah.
Like every hour on the hour, like, oh yeah, by the way, did you know that all the stuff that's ruining your house right now could run Niagara for 88 hours? Like, aren't you glad to be a part of that?
Yeah.
My house is dry, so I was okay
I'm
with that.
good.
It was
Yeah.
a little watery outside for a little bit, but
Oh, the Loot Crate one, huh?
yeah, he bought me a coffee for that because he wanted it.
Yeah, I felt like it was.
I've got that at
I
home.
figured it was a fair trade.
The Loot Crate one?
Yep.
Was that a sprinkling? What was that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
good.
me.
Basically, I mean, why should the 50th episode be anything special?
Right.
It's just Third Coast Nerds wrecking your speakers again.
I was taking a nap till 6:45.
Yeah.
So
I thought people from work listened to this.
do they?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Nobody
I work
that
from home. I
matters.
took a nap.
Yeah, it was 6:45 anyways.
Yeah, I mean, you probably went to sleep at 6:30.
No. 4:02. Right on time.
Yeah. So they're in recent or news today, Michael Keaton is out of the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh man,
That means absolutely nothing to me.
So
Michael
Batman's
Keaton.
not.
He's
in-
Batman.
Yeah, that's true. Unless he shows up in Spider-Man as Batman, which would be really weird.
He's top cop for me.
He's all them dudes from Multiplicity. That and freaking Prince died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, regardless of your stance on Prince, his musicality, the dude brought you Bat Dance. All right? So we're kind of tying the universes together with Michael Keaton and Batman here.
I'm not a huge fan of music that was created between 1980 and 1989.
Okay. And then?
Yeah. So a
Just-
lot of his
just
music
that?
fits that decade.
Prince is awesome.
I really enjoy seeing Purple Rain being butchered at karaoke's. So
Who sang Purple? It was Sour Bunny sang Purple Rain.
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
his baritone voice when we had him on not too long ago.
Rain.
Was it him? I swear it was Mills.
No. He was doing Chocolate Rain.
Yeah, well, same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Chocolate
swear.
Rain's the good version of it. It's like 2.0.
Wow. All right, Ed, go. I know Ed's holding back right now. He wants to throw shit at you.
No, but Raspberry Beret. That's an amazing song. Little Red Corvette. What else was there that was worth mentioning? I hate Purple Rain, honestly. And it really annoyed me because when I was coming home, a lot of cars had their windows rolled down, so they were all listening to Prince songs.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there thinking to myself, I mean, how often do these people actually listen to Prince? But because he's dead, that's when they're going to listen to him.
Oh yeah, his sales are going through the roof. I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded.
Well, the people
Although-
that don't remember, because he's been off of a label. He's been self-producing, self-publishing for like 2 decades. They're like, oh, well, we've been waiting for an album since '94. Like, he's had like 23 albums since '94. He had 3 albums last year.
Yeah. Well, that and I saw people on the Facebooks wanting to know like what he has in his vault.
Yeah.
How much stuff is going to be released now?
Maybe
He's
all
got
of,
even
maybe
more
all of
in his
Kevin
vault.
Smith's
Money.
stuff will come out finally.
Actually, Kevin Smith had a really big post about it. It
Oh,
was
did
because he spent some time with them, and they had a.
I think he spent like a week up at Paisley Park. Was it?
Well, I mean, he spent quite some time with them when he was doing that movie thing.
Yeah.
So, he did the little comic book again with him and Jay. He did that for Alan Rickman. And
Yeah.
had the big post because they worked on Dogman together, and then he did the same thing for Prince, and it's a really good read if you want to go find it. It's on the Facebooks.
Well, I followed the most the most current iteration of his band. It's called Third Eye Girl, another all girl band, but really solid like blues rock band. But Donna Gratis, who's the guitarist in this band, she was saying that for the rehearsals leading up to the recording of the album, they recorded 4 full albums of material, and they were like, "Oh, was it like kind of revisions of songs that were going to be played later?" She's like, "No, all different shit." Like, there's 4 albums in a vault, like 15 songs apiece, that we worked on, fully produced, fully rehearsed. Like, we're planning touring it, and he's like, "No, new album." Like, he would just come in like one day during rehearsals, like, "No, we're throwing that out. It's junk." And like, that would be the 15 songs they arrived at after whittling down like 40 to 50 songs. So there's other clips and pieces of other things that never got made and turned into anything.
And,
Is that
and
third
some
the
of them
word or
should not
3RD?
be made. Like, I'll
What's
say it
that?
right now. There's going to be
Third
some
Eye
shit
Girl?
in there.
Well, no. See
I
what
want to
happened
say it's
was
3RD.
Okay,
Prince
because
is actually
they both
pissed
exist
off
on
that
Google.
Tupac died and started releasing stuff posthumously.
After?
Yeah, so he's been like
He's been saving it.
Yeah, this
Like,
has been
I'm
my
gonna
plan.
trump you, dog.
Yeah, exactly. So he's gonna push out more.
Tupac
albums
ain't
than
dead. He
Tupac.
was the next strong Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man. Y'all need to look in the background, man. Illuminati.
Everyone knows he shows up in Vegas every now and then with Elvis.
It's Illuminati, man. Y'all have to pay attention. But yeah, anyway, at least for Bat Dance, at the very least for Bat Dance. You try to think of Joker's trash in the museum without the Joker song.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
It's good times. Anyway, I guess that's enough. You make Neil angry.
I don't know. I mean, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Well, let's see here. He also found Carmen Electra. So
No. Even more importantly, he found Tara Patrick, banged her, and said, mind you, this is a 5-foot dude that wears heels. He goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, your name's bogus. Your name's Carmen Electra now." Dude, the ballsy man. Like,
So I mean, I do thank him for that. I kind of question her taste in men, but
Fair
Well,
enough.
then, so you're saying you have a chance,
exactly.
So you're
you know
saying
what?
there's a
I'm like a
chance.
foot taller too,
Right?
So I mean,
That might be
so
like
that
a no-go.
equates to at least a centimeter longer.
exactly. I'm packing at least 5'1". I'm a little bit above average. So.
but on a good day, if you're thinking about it,
Oh yeah, yeah. But then I give up girth.
Oh wow,
It has to come from somewhere. It's a give and take kind of thing. Gotta keep the ratio.
that Twinkie never goes there. It always goes to the hips, doesn't it?
That's right.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, and other people dropping out of movies. Emilia Clarke has said she's dropping out of Terminator.
Oh,
I don't know why they would have tried to make another one after that one failed as
I
badly
don't.
as it did.
Does everybody else agree? We talked about this before, but like, I think the movie franchise thing needs to come to an end. Like, you need to stop planning on like 7 movies for something.
I think for
I like
Terminator,
the
it just
TV
needs to
show.
go away for a while, and like maybe they try again in a decade or two, but it's dead right now.
I like the Sarah Connor Chronicles. The TV show I thought was pretty good.
Did it have more than one season?
I don't remember.
I think it was
Nah,
like 2 seasons,
maybe
but God, they
2.
didn't try.
Because I think I
Yeah.
watched one season and I was like, eh. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't like I wasn't driven to watch it again, right? So like I may have watched part of it and never finished it because it didn't keep my interest.
I watched as much of it as was released, but it also had people in it that I liked and is sci-fi related to a degree. So
Yeah, with a super whiny John Connor and a really rock solid Sarah Connor.
yeah,
But the storytelling, the pacing, everything was just god awful. Late with their last season, they kind of did good with kind of the time hopping, kind of showing you the before and after, kind of what like Arrow started off doing with the time hopping, showing you what's to come and what's now and everything. But it went off the rails. They could have really done a lot of development with the future storyline, but they just didn't really sink it too much into it. I think by that point they were like, yeah, it's going to be canceled.
Yeah, it was 2 seasons, and the third one was pitched but did not go through.
It was Fox. I believe it was Fox.
Probably.
So we know the history of Fox with TV shows.
With Summer Glau being in it, they were like, no.
Yeah.
They're happy they got a second season.
well, I think that may be what it was.
Summer Glau.
The Whedon curse.
The Whedon curse, man. Like, it's
Well, I mean,
sad.
wasn't V on Fox as well?
No,
No? Okay.
V was not on Fox.
Because V only lasted, what, 1 season? Or did it go 2? But
I
it
don't
was
even
pretty
know
good.
if it ended the first season.
Let me find out.
But yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it went 2 seasons.
Whedon's comments about the Avengers. I read this the other day, and he said he was really beaten down by the entire process of trying to make all these people happy. Like
I can imagine.
Like producers, everyone giving you notes, and he's like, "Well, we could have told." He's like, "We had a really solid story, but by the time that everyone else had their input, it was just a nightmare to get the damn thing done."
Yeah.
It's kind of like that Key and Peele skit. Have you seen that skit where he comes in as a creative artist and all the writers are in the table and he's like, no, we need something new. What's your idea? They're like, flying cats. It's in the movie. And they're just going around just, I want to see a dinosaur. It's in the movie.
And then surprisingly, they're coming out with a movie about a cat.
About a cat. Yeah. So
That
I think the weed they smoke is called Dinosaur.
Oh, really?
That would be amazing.
That would be. And like they just put that skit
Yeah.
as like the after credit film like scene. Told you, bitches.
It's in the movie.
But
Jeez, AA Ron.
AA Ron, you done messed up now, AA Ron. But the Kevin Smith thing about Superman Lives, like that involvement with that producer was like every little thing is like, well, he should fight something here. Like what? Like he should fight a polar bear. Like he just razzles bears. He's like, yeah, but you know anything about bears? They're most like violent hunters in the mammal kingdom or something like that. It would always be some excuse about why you should include this. And then he's like, at the end, he's like, before the third act, he should fight a giant spider.
Giant spider.
Yeah.
Which
then
ended
he's
up
like,
in Wild Wild West.
yeah, and the producer went on to produce Wild Wild West, and he's at there watching the movie, and it's just a snoozer, and like before the third act, he's like, giant fucking spider.
He got his spider.
Yep.
They get those ideas in their head, and they're like, we're going with it. This is going to happen in a movie in the next decade. I guarantee it. I'm going to find a job.
I don't know if people actually understand what a producer does, which really annoys me because, like, I watch Walking Dead, and on the show after the show, there's Talking Dead.
Yeah.
And there's always a producer, every other episode, and I'm like, these guys are just money men. Like that's all they do is finance the show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't care about their.
But what if they're an
opinion.
executive producer?
Yeah,
Then
there's like 4 of those.
Well, and they add one every season. Whoever didn't die the last season gets EP credits the next year.
Exactly. So, producers.
Did people ever find out who died on or was it the season finale?
Season finale.
Of what?
Walking Dead. So I'm going to have to hear about the people's speculations for a full fucking year.
That's why I I left that subreddit.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
Reddit?
Well, there's you have the normal
Oh.
Walking Dead subreddit, but like for the last 6 months, ever since it was announced that Jeffrey Dean Morgan was going to be there, Lucio, like the whole big thing, everyone's trying to say who's gonna get it and all that. And it's like, bitch, I'm not putting up with that shit again. Like
It's Glenn. It's Glenn. You could hear
so yeah,
him
it's like
crying.
I just listened to your shit for 6 months.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it anymore. Unsubscribe.
Kill them all and start the show anew.
Right. Well, they tried that, and Fear the Walking Dead's a pile of shit.
No.
Yeah. It draws no.
You're watching the 100, right?
No. I stopped that shit.
I started it.
I watched like the first 4 episodes of the season.
It gets a lot better.
Does it?
Yeah, but
season 2.
But the chick from Fear the Walking Dead,
Yeah.
the teenage daughter,
Right.
She's a main character in the 100. And at first, I was like, this bitch can't act.
Wait,
then
is she the main character or one of the main characters?
One of the main characters.
Okay, because
she's one of the main characters of the Grounders.
Okay,
I don't know if you've gotten in far enough to see her yet. If you've only watched 3 or 4
no,
episodes.
I don't think so. Because the main girl is the chick from Revolution. She was the
Oh,
daughter.
you're right.
Yeah. So, and I already find her annoying anyways.
Oh yeah, me too.
So I watched 4 episodes of her, and I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah, it gets better, but she maintains the role of whiny bitch the whole time.
Yeah.
Like and it's the way the actress actually puts emphasis on things, like trying to build suspense. Is her voice sounds like she is whining, so it makes it difficult when it's
Kristen
a suspense
Stewart's, a gaped mouth.
Yeah, that
kind of thing where oh, this is a trying time. I haven't seen Edward Cullen in Twilights for months.
That's funny.
It's sad that I actually watched the movies. Read the books. Books are good. Movies bad.
Yeah, I have not watched all the movies nor read the books.
Yeah,
but I did make someone read the books. So.
Oh, that was great too. I need to find another like shitty one to put on his desk, or just like leave it in his truck or something. Because he reads one, he's got to read them all, and then you tell him, oh,
just
there's
put the
20.
Iliad and the Odyssey on his desk and see what happens.
The Odyssey was a badass book.
Yeah, it just takes forever to read.
No, you want to get one of those series that doesn't end and sucked after book 1, right?
The never-ending story.
Ooh.
Oh.
Go to page 1. Son of a bitch.
It's just page after page of this is the story that never ends.
No. You can only read it on the Kindle because you just keep swiping. It doesn't ever end.
Atreyu.
That's good stuff.
In sci-fi news, we were talking about sci-fi before. I guess they have greenlighted the Krypton TV show that will tell the sort of origin story of Superman. It takes place 20 years before the destruction of Krypton.
Oh, so before he's even born.
Uh-huh.
So it's like his parents.
So yeah, where they're all just normal because they have no superpower because how far away from the sun they are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
well, it's probably about like their society and all that.
But they
kind
have
of stuff.
science.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's kind of like Caprica, which nobody liked. I did though. I liked.
You did like
it.
it.
Caprica was. I never finished it, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Caprica never finished.
Yeah, it never finished.
That's probably why I didn't finish it then.
Yeah. So
I like that. It was good, but not watch all of it good.
Well, there's the Battlestar that came out after that I saw like the teaser, and then they were
Blood
like,
and Razor.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I
Chrome
don't know
and
if I
Razor.
saw all that or
Chrome
not
and
because the way they
something like
released
that.
it.
Yeah.
It was on the interwebs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
Like
webisodes.
16-minute
So there was
webisodes or
there was
something.
Battlestar Razor, and there was Battlestar Chrome and Blood or something like that.
Yeah, because it was like was it Adame's Start.
Caprica was, yeah.
Well, no, they had the movie. I'm gonna find it. This is when we need Mike because anything Battlestar, Mike knows.
Yeah, we'll have to have him on again because I mean we've hit an anniversary show and kind of have the family back together with Ed, and yeah, we definitely need to have Mike. And we kind of got like thrown off. We were trying to get both you and Garcia here at the same time, and schedules stuff Houston got broke.
Yeah.
In the process, and bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah. Everything went bad, and nothing went according to plan, which is kind of par for the course, especially for this show. But anyway, we kind of go into every episode with a little bit of a plan. Somewhat.
Well,
we talk about a lot of things outside.
Yeah, and I don't know if a time we show up exactly is a plan. That's essentially the only constant is everyone's aiming for 7:30.
and like I say, it's not a constant because it's aiming, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly. I'm constantly
it's-
aiming for 7:30.
It's my house, and I don't always make it at 7:30 because I'm at work at 7:15. I'll be there around 8.
Yeah.
So
Well, I did want us to go back to the sci-fi thing. So
Yeah.
we
Oh,
have Hunters, which I talked about earlier, which looks
But our
interesting.
listeners didn't hear it.
Our listeners need to look up the Sci-Fi channel because it's becoming back to what it was great in
Well,
the
we
90s,
talked about
so-
this about a month ago that when we were a little bit younger and all of us lived in the exact same apartment, Sci-Fi Friday was a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, we had Battlestar, we had the
Stargates.
Stargates.
Yeah. What else did we watch back then?
There was another one that was.
There was always something else.
Yeah, there was
well,
always
they would
something.
throw. I think Eureka or
Oh yeah, that's
Warehouse.
right. I like Eureka, Warehouse 13.
Warehouse. They were on there for a little bit.
What was
Haven.
Haven.
Yeah.
Haven's when Stargate ended though, so I was kind of already done at that point.
What was that one where the 4400?
The 4400.
Yeah, that one came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so we're starting now. We're seeing what Dark Matter, Killjoys. Wow, I just went blank. As
Isn't the Expanse? Yeah,
Expanse.
Expanse was
you know.
good. I went and I bought that on Google Play. I think it was because I wanted them to
Really?
I was like because I don't have cable, but I was like I want to give you money because I want y'all to do another one.
Yeah.
So I mean they made it to where like normally if you go buy a season or something like that, it's like $40, and it was like give me $10, you can watch them all as they come out. It's like
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You know?
Expanse, The Magicians, which was
Yeah.
based off of Lev Grossman's books.
Yeah, I started. I think I'm on season 1 of that still, but
it's
I like
there's
it.
it's
only
only
season
one
one.
season
Okay,
so far. Yeah.
so then I just need to.
But I think
finish
it was picked up for season 2 already.
I hope so. I don't know. I have mixed
Yeah, me
opinions.
too.
I mean, it was good. It's like a mature Harry Potter,
Yeah.
but
My favorite episode was the one that Amanda Tapping directed.
okay.
Like the third to the last one.
I haven't seen that one.
Is
That's
she-
what I'm saying. I'm
Is
like
she in
4
it?
episodes.
No, she just
behind
does. She
on
just
that.
directs it.
Because like I said,
Like it was. There's some drama in it, some stuff, but like it actually seems to be the most like adult episode that they do.
okay.
And like I went into it knowing that it was Amanda Tapping, a fan of Amanda Tapping.
Right.
Watched Sanctuary, by the way, another sci-fi show
Oh,
back
yeah.
in the
Yeah,
day.
right.
that's what
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
about to
Sanctuary
mention.
was awesome. I love
Because
the
that
Sanctuary.
came out right after Stargate. So Stargate left, and then that was like my go-to because I was like, I need my cast.
It was okay. The later seasons kind of fell off a little bit on it, but
Right.
I liked the premise of that one. It was entertaining. And
Yeah.
Amanda Tapping. I mean, I gotta follow
Right.
her. So
What about so 12 Monkeys, the series?
I'm
Have y'all
actually
been watching
interested
that?
in that. I haven't seen.
I have seen all but the last episode of
Really?
season 1.
okay. Okay.
I watched about half of the season, primarily because of the main actor that's in it. Was in a Nikita. If you ever watched that,
No,
he was the tech geek in Nikita.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
the newer one or the one from the 90s?
The one with the hot Asian chick that came on like a few years ago.
Okay,
Yeah.
And the little Russian girl.
Because there was the one in the 90s was I think La Femme Nikita.
Yeah, that's different.
And that
Yeah.
was
But yeah, there's the guy on there is the main character on 12 Monkeys, and I watched 3/4 of the first season, and then it hit right when there were so many other shows on that I kind of like fell behind.
right.
But with all the new shows that have been on Sci-Fi, I'm seeing the commercials and the lead ups to the
Yeah.
season and stuff. So I need to go back and finish the 1 or 2 episodes.
Right.
But it's progressing the storyline pretty
it
well.
looks like it's better than the movie, and I still don't understand the cult following for the movie because I thought the movie sucked personally. 12 Monkeys was just retarded, but the
good
show,
deal of things that have cult followings usually suck.
No, there's a lot of good cult movies. Man, okay, we're talking about The Warriors. That's a cult movie. Oh man, I'm going blank.
Donnie Darko.
Blade Runner, Donnie Darko.
I watched that the other day.
I would say I don't think so much cult following for those two because those are actually good.
No,
those are pretty well respected.
They're
I
good
think your
movies.
definition of a cult movie has bad as an adjective before it.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
it's the duality between the two because like you can have. I think a good celebrated film that happens to have this odd cult following doesn't really qualify as a cult film.
No, I think if it doesn't do commercially successful, but it has a strong fan base, that makes it a cult movie.
So like Firefly is a cult following.
Right, exactly, because
It was fucking good.
It didn't
That's a cult
have
following.
it didn't have the following when it was airing, but
Got it
afterwards,
now.
It has it now, right? So the same thing with Blade Runner.
Well, I guess
Donnie
the split
Darko.
for me is when something
Dollhouse.
develops a sort of
We're gonna
following
touch base on that one.
specifically because it's bad. Like the
No.
hipsters will jump onto something just for the cult of exclusivity. Like no one's heard of this and it's freaking horrible, but they'll start building this whole
Well,
reputation.
that's why we don't follow the hipsters.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of them are into. A lot of them hype those.
No,
same
those
movies.
are they're wannabes, though. I mean, like realistically, right? They're the ones who follow like if Neil watched something and he's all like, "Man, this is an amazing movie," and some hipster overhears him and he watches it, and he's like,
Yeah.
well, a geek, right, has promoted this movie, so it must be good. So let me go ahead and tell my other hipster friends with our fedoras, and we gotta watch this shit.
Yeah, if someone approaches you to talk about something anywhere in this realm and they've got a curly mustache and a stovepipe hat, no, keep walking.
Yeah.
Keep walking, son.
So I mean, I
What
think
if
that's
it's just a partial
misconception.
curve, like the double crescent?
And
That's
and-
okay.
And it's kind of like the Marvel movies now, and Star Wars and stuff like that. Everybody's looking at basically nerd culture, and it's become crazy
norm.
popular. Yeah, it's the norm now. So I don't know, but back to the whole thing.
Yeah,
cult
yeah, sorry,
movies,
I didn't
cult
mean to
movies.
derail.
No, that I think there's so many good cult movies, and how they're defined, right? So we got Porky's, right? Which it's campy, but it's amazing. Meatballs,
Would you consider Revenge of the Nerds?
yeah,
Because
No,
that
most
would have a
definitely.
cult following because it really didn't make it big back then, did it?
No, I did.
I mean,
Nothing-
you were alive.
nothing
I
really
wasn't.
made
That's
it
why.
big.
I
Yeah,
asked.
no, it had a really good showing in the box office.
It's weird in my head to like put that in a cult sort of status because those are to me those are just legendary movies. Like I can't see them as a cult movie. It's
I mean, if there was a cult based around it, would you join it? That's the question you have to ask yourself. It's so
Yeah, see,
cult
it's
following.
difficult for me to label something as a cult movie when I wasn't around when it was supposed to be popular.
Really?
So Revenge
Yeah.
of the Nerds, Porky's, all those things. They were on Comedy Central all the time. They got replayed over and over and over on,
Right.
on normal TV shows. So to me, they were just the norm.
Well, see,
you know?
but that's the thing, though. Like for most of those movies that played on, Comedy Central, that played during the day, basically, right?
Yeah.
Those movies, they didn't carry that big price
Yeah.
tag
That's why they're
in
during
order
the
to
day,
repeat
not
them.
at night.
Exactly. So and that's how people are growing up. As they're growing up, they're like, "Oh, I've seen that movie 50 times. So how is that a cult movie?"
I guess
because
kind
when
of
it
like
first
a
came
Second
out-
Life, kind of like a Second Life, a second cult following just
Right.
through syndication.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, take Kevin Smith, for instance.
yeah. Clerks.
He alone has a cult following.
Yeah, because Clerks, when Clerks
Yeah.
came out, I mean,
And,
nobody
and to
watched
all of us
it.
at the table, all his movies are very popular.
Yeah, I mean,
and to
like
most of our
I think
listeners.
the movie made what $300,000 in theaters or something like that. So
Yeah,
Which one's
Clerks.
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 Yeah,
Black and
'cause-
white Clerks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, but now find somebody out there who hasn't seen Clerks.
Yeah.
Well, you also
I mean,
have,
if
like-
but then it should change because the definition of cult following is when it has a small but very passionate fan base. So
Yeah.
what defines the small? Like how many people? If it starts getting to
Well,
where
that's the thing.
it's at
I
every
mean-
con, do they lose the cult status and become
Well,
legendary?
Kevin
like
Smith
Chad was saying?
has a very large but very
You making fun of their size, like because they're big people?
They're all big boned.
no. He has a high numerical quantity of dedicated. Like
he forgot the rules.
He's got a fat group, PHAT.
a very rabid, dedicated fans.
Yeah.
Even for the bad shit that no one can explain, like Tusk.
But getting back to
I still
your
haven't
original
seen
point,
Tusk.
it's 12 Monkeys. Watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Because the show, the TV show looks amazing.
It's
And-
a lot of fun.
Yeah. So I was like, I need to check that out. Kyle brought up Dollhouse because I didn't watch it when it first ran.
Yeah.
And I watched the first season like a month ago, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I thought it
That-
was
that
pretty
far-
awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
I told you about that years ago.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I just watched it. And
Do you
watched
not
it-
browse through Eliza Dushku's IMDb page?
or Summer Glaus.
sometimes.
Or Summer Glaus
just-
because she was in that too.
But I was like, the show is awesome until the 12th episode, which I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell's this?
They had
And
to end
so
it.
You
I
talking about the Epitaph?
yeah, I guess
Because those last episodes were only on the DVD, so like those were never aired.
yeah. So
Because
I
it was
watched
supposed to
that.
be like sort of like this is what's coming. Like,
right, and then so that's I haven't watched season 2 because I'm so scared that the good feeling I had about season 1, episodes 1 through 11.
No, the epitaphs
You
like
know.
provide an odd bookend way, way, way down the line.
Yeah.
So season 2 puts you back in continuity.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll be good.
Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of. I was talking to Garcia actually, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's how it goes." I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to watch it." You know?
Yeah.
So
Which was kind of an interesting concept because like you kind of see like you follow an entire season of what's happening now, and then you jump like 30 years in the future for this one random episode.
Yeah.
And then you got to wait a whole other season to figure out like what's coming after that.
okay, so
Where
I-
like
I
more
might get
recent
back
shows
onto
at
that.
time jump, they shuffle the deck, so
Yeah.
you get like tastes of past, present, and future in the context of one
Right.
episode.
Well, the reason I brought up the Dollhouse, and because you did bring up Nikita, so I was like, these sci-fi shows that I didn't watch when they first aired, I was trying to remember all of them that, basically they were the ones with Jessica Alba with Dark Angel, I think it was.
Yeah.
But those
And
were
then-
Fox. Like
see,
all these shows were Fox. And
Yeah, but I'm saying they're sci-fi shows, though. I didn't watch them.
Okay,
I do.
So
I watched
not
them.
not Sci-Fi Network, Sci-Fi.
right.
Yeah.
Sci-fi shows.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of excited that Sci-Fi now, the Sci-Fi Network is
Syfy?
Syfy, yes, is starting to have a great catalog of shows now.
Well, that and I think there's less wrestling on there.
yeah. Actually, I think
I might buy cable for it now. That's when I
true.
quit watching it. I was streaming.
Can you not
everything.
get that on one of the other providers, like Slingbox from someone?
I'm sure I can have it on my Kodi box, but
Yeah.
I got to change providers soon, anyways, because I'm past their loyalty phase because they only care about new customers. So I think I'm going to switch back to AT&T, double my speeds again for a third of the price, and then I'll switch back in a year to get double the speeds for half the price again.
And so now AMC is coming out with some good stuff. The Preacher is coming.
Yeah.
So
I
I don't
still
know. Have
have
you guys
that-
seen the previews for it?
Yeah,
Yeah. How does it make you feel?
I'm interested.
Yeah.
I still have that
Yeah.
comic book.
Yeah, I know. I
And
just
they-
actually saw
Yeah, we've been
it.
talking
Yeah.
about this for a while now.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. There you go. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah,
have
still
pretty
haven't
much
read
all
it.
of his stuff.
It was
so.
by my bed. It somehow ended up in here, but it's by my bed, so I'd read it, and that
Well,
didn't
it's a good thing
happen.
you left the condom on it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's,
yeah.
it's cool because it's also
Yeah.
the hardback.
I mean, look
too,
at that
so-
smile.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I pulled some stuff off the shelf to put my J. Scott Campbell retrospective back up there, and pulling some of those stuff off the shelf that we've put with you and I have pretty much mirrored a lot of books over the past couple of cons. But I pulled down the Hellboy, the 20-year art collection.
I
Yeah.
think I
What are
may
they?
get that signed by Ron Perlman.
That him too.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a depiction of Ron Perlman in that book though.
No.
It doesn't matter.
I just think it's going to be like the best thing I'm going to get Hellboy related.
Uh,
So like at
No,
that
they're-
point, it's like unless
actually-
Michael Champion has something for
Yeah.
him.
You
well, I
weren't
think
in
he
his
does.
panel.
Let's look.
that first Comic Palooza. Did you go to his panel?
Yeah, I was that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like interesting stuff, and then like no one was there for both him, like James O'Barr and stuff. No one really followed it.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry again, derail sci-fi.
No, that's fine. No. No, that's pretty much where I ended right here.
So,
Preacher. I'm pretty
since
excited about it.
you're still reading or listening to quite a few books a month, right?
Right.
Did so I just noticed that Amazon's giving Prime members one of the free new releases a week early. Giving a free book. I don't know if you'd seen this.
No, actually, I haven't.
So there's one that looks interesting. It's called The Golden Age. Is that one that you've heard of?
no, I haven't heard of that.
Have you
one.
heard of James Maxwell?
No, basically they're going to be books that I haven't heard.
Yeah.
of,
Okay.
if they're going to give them away.
I mean, if you want free books, just go to Reddit. I mean,
Yeah.
they try this book out.
Yeah.
Free for X number of time. Give it a try. Let me know what you think.
Right.
So
Well, I was just wondering because at one point they had Ready Player One for free. So I mean, I've seen some quality stuff
Yeah.
pop up, and I have a list of them on my Kindle. I just haven't.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Hunters you were talking about was from the EPs of Walking Dead and 12 Monkeys.
Yeah, it is. That's why I was
Half of those people I might like.
I was really interested in the 12 Monkeys thing because I saw that and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I need to check them out. But then again, like I said, I don't care about the EPs.
yeah.
Well,
Well, that's one of the things. I agree with you. They're money men kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're the ones that fund a lot of the things. But I follow people like Mick G. He
but Mick G does directing too, though.
Yeah,
so-
I mean he's a real person.
Yeah.
So, but there's a lot of things that he's just going to put money behind because it's the things he likes.
Right.
I mean, he was still behind Supernatural for years after he stopped being involved in the day to day because he blew up real fast. You know.
Well, I mean, he started off in music videos and stuff
Yeah.
like that with Weezer and
Yeah, exactly.
So then he started doing movies and TV shows.
Pretty much every action director has a couple music videos in their
Yeah.
past.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
And what Mick G also did Charlie's Angels Throttle or whatever.
Full
the
Throttle.
Full Throttle. Yeah. So
he's actually done a number of things.
yeah.
Oh, nice. On Sci-Fi Live right now, Starship Troopers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I even tried to see if my login would work to let me to watch it because I can still use my HBO even though I don't have that anymore. So
Yeah. They have
Well, I'm
Sci-
gonna give it a
Sci-Fi
shot.
Now app on Roku.
yeah, you have to sign in though.
I have a sign-in. What?
And are you Comcast or AT&T?
I am Xfinity.
Sweet. So it'll check the network and be like, oh, this is an Xfinity customer. Yes, I found Syfy.
Are you watching Bitten?
No.
You like the way I said Bitten?
I do. It's like button.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
It was very.
Hey,
it was
what
very
do you
precise.
drink with Oreos?
Milk.
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 I'll butt to ton your mouth if you keep saying milk.
Milk.
You know, even Face Off on Sci-Fi is actually decent.
Man, I cannot get into that.
Oh, I just catch bits and pieces.
It's like watching America's Next Top Model, but with.
But no,
After-
see, a
after we
model,
went
a
to
model
the-
just is pretty.
Yeah.
Face Off, they actually have to like use a skill.
Yeah.
And they do some really cool themes. Like
Well,
they've
no,
done
yeah, I've seen some sci-fi,
some sci-fi
horror
ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the
the
judges
fantasy
are
ones.
legit.
Yeah.
Like they're
See, I
legit.
couldn't get past the people. I think when it was the Amazing Con. We went to one of the panels for that one chick that was on Face Off.
Yeah,
She
and
ruined
like,
it for me.
oh man,
Like,
Was she the one that
saw-
looks like a dude?
I don't know. No, they both looked very female, but
Okay.
damn if they could talk about the process of them doing their work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And,
I
and they
like
were just there was the old drama.
I like the outcome.
Yeah.
You know, the art behind it. I just don't care about the process or how much.
I looked
Oh,
at the
yeah.
pictures
Yeah,
afterwards.
That's why I don't mind watching like the show. I don't want to know like all the back end stories. Like
Yeah.
cut it down to 45 minutes. And
And
I'm
I mean,
okay.
honestly, you keep it 15 minutes for me. I'm good.
Well, that's why I
Yeah.
like
I
watching
ju-
like
like-
Tested and stuff like that, where you see like Adam Savage or somebody go into the process of actually modeling something, like building something, constructing it. Like, I don't care about the fact that these two bitches are arguing with each other over the use of a tool in the background. Like, I could care less about that. Like, that's
Well, see,
every
they don't do a
reality
lot
show.
of that on Face Off. You got your own
Yeah,
kit. They help
yeah,
each other
exactly.
out. Like it's really more of like a co-op.
Yeah, it's
'Cause your mold's messing up and you need help prying it apart in the back room. One of the other people can come back and help you do it. Like
it's like that one show. It's not America's Top Model that I was thinking of. It's the one with the kids that make clothes and they, everybody.
Sweatshop USA.
Well, I say kids because
We just made a new show, Hollywood.
They're all younger than me, so but they're like 20-year-olds and whatnot.
If we actually had a number of listeners for this show, eventually that would make a new producer going, that's a good idea.
So yeah, it's like that. But I don't know. I just can't get into reality TV shows.
You know why I started watching 12 Monkeys?
Why?
Besides the guy from Nikita. The main chick in it reminds me of Naomi Watts when she was younger.
Oh, the doctor.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And I had a little thing for I watched stupid movies. That she
You
was
watched
in.
The Others?
No, I couldn't.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
couldn't do it.
that shows dedication to name watch because that movie.
There's another
bad.
show we had talked about that's on the Syfy. That just had season 2. The first season was up in Antarctica about the virus, and then season 2 was at the cult.
Helix?
Yeah, Helix. That's another one.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one still.
I think you might. I think you'll like it. The
Yeah,
first,
I'm pretty sure I would. I mean,
Yeah, there's been good shows.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it a little bit in your absence, but I haven't had someone else that watches sci-fi
Yeah.
around.
and like I tried starting up Z Nation.
I'm thinking about starting up iZombie.
That's good. I like iZombie. I like up until I stopped watching it.
Sounds like you start a lot of stuff and never finish
it's not
it.
It's not because the show got bad or anything like that. It's just there's so much good TV now. So
Yeah, my sonar is filling up.
yeah. So I mean, like, I'm still following like Blacklist and stuff like that. But
Never got into that one.
really, man, James Spader's an
Dude,
awesome
I got to
actor.
catch up on that one. I
Yeah.
heard it's been spoiled for me with something that recently happened on it, and I want to know where it's going to go. But I think that was the season finale that just happened,
I don't know.
so I might wait till next season because apparently something big just happened.
Are you watching Dominion still? Or had you?
I did not watch Dominion. That was the one with the angels, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't interested in that.
Me neither.
Were you watching the Lucifer one?
No.
Someone
God, it
someone
looks so
someone
bad.
talked about that and said it was good, and I couldn't believe
Well,
it.
I think it lasted only 6 episodes or something like that. They canceled it already.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
they
I
should
think
do that
so.
to Supergirl.
Yeah, they should because I still haven't. I've still only seen 15 minutes of the first.
They're
episode.
all on my Plex server, but I have not watched any of them yet.
Well, I did.
Same
I watched,
with
I watched,
Gotham.
I watched
Yeah.
the pilot.
Man, I like Gotham. I just
Gotham's
again,
good.
there's just so many other TV shows that I'd rather watch. Marvel Agents of Shield, stuff.
It's
like
getting
that.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Are you up to date on that one?
No, I'm like 2 episodes behind still. Yeah,
You people kill me.
I'm gonna catch up
I
during
do.
summer.
I do everything in bulk, so in marathon runs, so I can, I save up shows that I really want to watch.
I have enough shows to give me about 2 hours of TV a night.
Yeah.
So after start dinner, have the show I'm least interested about play while I'm cooking dinner,
yeah.
and then sit down and eat dinner for the show I really wanted to watch that night.
Right.
But yeah, there's quite a few different things.
What I need to do is create a schedule.
I got an iCal I can send you from my Sonar.
Your TV shows.
Well, I mean, I have to offset it for a day so people have time to download it and post it for me.
Most of the stuff that I watch is available 15 minutes after it ends.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because Sonar automatically, once it sees it within my video quality, it grabs it, downloads it, moves it to Plex, sends a library update, done.
Gates, actually, Terry Gates was talking about Sonar the other day. So
it works very well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he was telling me. I was a little interested. One of my questions was, how does it determine whether you have it in your library if you rename it? Like, like if I have Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I have it listed as 0103 or S01.
Oh, it auto renames stuff for you.
It auto renames?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I like it is it copies it from your downloads directory, and then you go through the settings and set it up how you want it to be named.
No, I'm saying like for the missing episodes, for it to backfill. Because apparently there's that feature, right?
Yeah, it backfills for you. I haven't had a problem with it. It just figures it out. Because I think it uses the metadata from the episodes more so than the file names.
Really? So
yeah.
How's it doing that, though?
Well, Plex already has all the metadata, so it's reading the file.
Well, but it's also what happens if I go into the properties and
why are you messing around with the files, Ed? Why you want to break it?
Things standardized.
Okay. Well, that's why I use it, because it standardizes everything for me now.
Is it per
per my settings, how I want to do it.
Okay.
It's a profile you set up on how you want your naming conventions to be.
Okay.
So you can include subfolders if you want, all that kind of stuff. I like mine in season folders.
Yeah.
Show name, season folder, episode at a certain naming convention, and it'll follow that convention.
Okay,
and it's
good.
It's kind of like, a lot of the other things, like if you're using Media Monkey or something like that, where you can see all the different ways or different options you can put inside, and you build your own string on how you want it to look. It's like that.
Okay.
So
so I might get on board of this Sonar jump. Yeah.
And it'll help your ratio significantly, because you set a time. So like Supernatural ends at 9:00.
Right.
At 9:06 is when it does its scan.
Yeah, so you get it.
So you're getting it as one of the first people. And I'm moving that down. I started it at 15 minutes, but then I'm impatient, so I moved it down to 8. And then I was more impatient, so I moved down to 6. Right. And I'm even more impatient, so I'm going to move it down to 3.
So, but how long does it keep scanning for it?
Well, it depends on how you do it too. A lot of times, if I'm impatient, I'll go and download a copy of it and move it. You can set another folder up. I have a folder called Sonar Scans. So I can move a file into that and then go manually. It scans that folder, and if it sees something it knows, it'll do it. So sometimes if I'm waiting for a good copy of something, a 720 or 1080p copy, I'll go download the 480p knowing it'll upconvert.
Right.
Move it over, watch that one, and then when it sees that 720p copy or whatever I have for my video quality, it deletes the old one and puts the new one in its place. So same thing with Couch Potato for movies. So Couch Potato is essentially the same thing. You put in a movie name, it puts it on a watch list. It scans your RSS feed that you create from your site.
Right.
And then when it notices it, it'll download it. So you can go and put your quality, I want a 720p or a Blu-ray at the end, but it'll keep upgrading your copy until then.
How does it interact with hard coding stuff? Like if I don't want anything that's HC at all.
You can tell it in your video profile what to do. Okay. So the bad thing about Sonar is it's standard definition,
right?
Which will give you 480p, which will upconvert for us. And then 720, 1080, Blu-ray. It's much more granular the higher it gets.
Okay.
But it's working pretty well for me.
Okay. How long have you been using it?
Since probably October. November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
The only thing I've noticed is there's options to delete after it moves. So you have your downloads directory where your file gets downloaded to.
Right.
If it's a RAR, I have my torrent program automatically extract any RAR files and place them in that folder.
Okay.
Sonar scans that folder, identifies the file, copies it, renames it, pastes it, and then sends a link to, or sends an update to Plex saying to update the library.
Okay.
So it connects to Plex, it connects to my site and to my download client. But if there is no RAR and it downloads just an AVI or an XVID,
Right.
and you have the option to delete file, you're not going to be seeding that anymore. So for me, a lot of the stuff, once you get into X264, 720p and up, they're not no RAR.
Yeah,
they're all, you got to go and extract them.
Right.
So I'm doubling a lot of my hard drive space because I've got to manually go back in and delete the video file later.
Right.
But that's just to keep a ratio, and I have to deal with it. But I could. Garcia was telling me of a way to get around it if I really wanted to. So
Okay.
And he's been using it for a couple months now too. So there's a couple of us that can lend a hand. But it seriously took me no more than 45 minutes to have it up and running.
Nice.
So,
okay.
And that's building your video profile, setting up everything, letting it all communicate, outside and access, all that kind of stuff. So
Cool. Cool deal.
it's good fun. It makes it a lot easier too because I don't got to run to the room when something's done and go searching for it. I just wait. And you can actually do notifications. So if you want to know, like, Walking Dead has been downloaded, you can have it text you that Walking Dead was downloaded or send you emails.
That was one of those things that Terry was like, yeah, he'd text you and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know if I want to be texted, but it is a cool thing. So then you have something to look forward to when you get home. Oh, yeah, it's downloaded. Go get to the house and watch it. So it's pretty cool.
Remember TiVo?
That's like, you remember Divx?
So many things, man. Going back in like the history of stuff.
The funny part is Divx is now more popular than DVD.
Yeah.
Because all the Divx is an XVID.
Yeah.
It's an AVI file. Yeah. So back then, that's why I supported it. My media player I bought had both. It could read Divx and DVD because I knew one of them wasn't going to win. But I put my money and my support behind Divx back then simply because it was 1/8 of the file size.
Yeah.
It was compressed better. I just didn't like the fact that you were renting it even though you bought it.
Yeah.
That's where they messed up.
Yeah, Divx. Same thing with the HD Blu-ray battles.
Oh, yeah.
Good Lord.
HD DVD versus Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Whichever one porn jumps on, that's the one that's going to win.
Exactly.
These kids will never know the pain of VHS versus Beta.
Betamax was a better product.
It's usually the better product that doesn't win.
Yeah, usually.
It sucks.
That's why HD was beat by Blu-ray.
I think Blu-ray is better than HD, honestly. I wasn't a fan of it.
I have never purchased either.
Yeah. I purchased some stuff on Blu-ray for my kid. Cause
I just have more hard drive space.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Blu-rays take more to download.
Yeah, it does take a lot of space, but I bought them because the Disney Movie Channel Club, whatever.
Yeah.
I bought a bunch of.
Are they sending you like the
stuff.
diamond version of the remastered stuff recently, or are you still doing that?
No, I stopped doing that.
Okay.
I bailed out of that after I met my commitment out because all I really wanted was the Toy Stories and the Cars movies for my kid. So once I got all of them,
because they just started re-releasing, like they did a new cut with like remastered for like Aladdin and all those, and I was just like, do I want to ruin my childhood movies and rewatch them with this new like fancy whatever?
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, it's funny because that's one of those marketing ploys that they do. We're gonna lock it in the vault. This is the last time you're gonna see it
for another 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years later, it's been released.
Triple double diamond release.
Yeah,
there have been some that are.
We've made it 3D.
There have been some movies though. There's actually. The header is cult, but I got to go look through my Reddits to figure out what the name of the subreddit actually is. But they have a lot of those old movies that were either only like the last known copy was like some dude recorded off of VHS when it was on syndication at 2 a.m. on some random channel because it never made it to DVD and it never like the original footage doesn't exist anymore or something like that. It was only released on VHS in the mid 80s and no one knows where like a current copy of that is.
Actually, talking about that, that led me to. I know a lot of people haven't seen it. It's called Midnight Madness. It was Michael J. Fox's first movie.
Have not seen it.
Yeah. So, and he only plays he has a small role in it. It was just something that when I was a kid, I saw it, and basically, it's what is that? Where we were doing geocaching and kind
Ingress.
of like Ingress. You know, you had all these things go around the city to find these clues, and then leads you back to some place else, kind of thing. And I was like, this was about 10 years ago. The only way I found some random person was selling a VHS copy of it, and I had to buy it.
You met someone up on Craigslist and bought a VHS tape.
And I was like, I need this movie in my life.
Sometimes it goes that way. I mean, there so much now. You got to think about so much now that's made independently that we'll never see release on any medium. And the only hope of it, because eventually a lot of the property, the rights owners of these things, it never gets picked up for distribution, never gets bought by anyone else. And so the property, the owners, they got to go back and schlub a 9-to-5 job. They don't give a shit about their move anymore. Yeah. They're like, oh, you're a fan, pay my bills, I don't care. So there's a lot of things that only exist currently because of pirating.
That's because it's kind of like the Tick TV.
Are you trying to?
Okay? So we talked about this a couple episodes ago. You haven't been here in a while.
Yeah,
they're going with a darker direction on Tick.
Well, the Amazon thing, I was going with. It's hard to find a really good copy of the cartoon because all they are really shitty VHS copies. Even the DVDs, if you buy them and stuff like that, they're just really bad.
I mean, who's going to go back and remaster the Tick?
Somebody needs to.
Maybe you should, Ed.
Man,
there's a lot of good stuff. They just now released Animaniacs on DVD.
Yeah, it's also on Netflix, so
I
was kind of excited about that.
Good, I can delete that on my Plex server now.
Yeah, pretty much.
All I have are the
good copy.
Yeah, all I have are the TV broadcast ribs.
Yeah, me too. I actually am about to delete my entire cartoons folder because the majority of it
is available now. Yeah.
Well, it looks like someone used a VHS recorder pointing at the TV to record it
instead
of using a VCR in some cases.
I actually just got it today. I ordered a VHS or a USB dongle to be able to go from composite to TV or composite to USB. Because I've got a bunch of old VHS tapes that have nothing. Back when PBS did nothing but live music. You had a block on Friday nights that had 6 hours of live in concert. I saw
followed by the Red Green Show.
Yeah, followed by the Red Green Show. Oddly enough, yeah. At the end of that whole chain was the Red Green Show, and you're like, okay.
Yep.
But back in 92, 93, 94, you saw a lot of bands that would set the stage for 90s music before anyone knew who the hell they were.
Right.
I saw Deftones for the first time on some PBS show randomly forever. Korn. Name a band. I saw them there first, and so I got it floating around on some random VHS tape before anyone knew who the hell they were. They're playing some carnival in Indiana.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the whole. What was that? Channel 18, which was the public access channel, I think, for a while.
Yeah, public access was legit for a while. You had
it was because that's
you had really questionable wrestling.
Oh yeah,
that was in a backyard.
Questionable, finger in the butthole. Questionable.
No, questionable. This is in someone's backyard
on a
this
trampoline.
Bum backyard. Yeah, bum fights. Exactly.
Yeah, it was some weird stuff.
Thing. I saw some bands on there and stuff like that before.
The cooking shows were hilarious.
Well, that's kind of what's happened is everything's so saturated now that anyone can get a TV show for anything because there's 285,000 channels that are all running at the same time. Whereas back then, you flipped a dial 7 times to see what was on that night, and nothing else was on. Hey, there's some people playing some music on PBS.
Well, even then, we've
who watches it now?
We've entered this new realm. TV and broadcast media is dying. It's not going to be around for a long time. So trying to figure out what's going to go where. It's gonna get weird because now you have anyone we're on YouTube. We have a channel on YouTube.
Yeah,
we have a show. This is episode 50.
Yeah.
And we're one of billions that do this.
Actually, we're better than those billions. Just people don't realize it yet.
I was thinking about this. What we need to do on your guys' show is, everybody grab a big bowl of ramen and just start eating it and talking about it because apparently shows like that get hits. Crazy hits.
It'll be a parallel to Scotch Talk. We can have ramen talk.
I'll send my friend Ramon over. He can talk to you. Ramon talks ramen.
Because in Asia, that's their bread and butter on the YouTube channel.
It's eating ramen.
It's eating food. Just eating food in general. I was throwing ramen.
Yeah,
out
but
because,
who's watching it? Americans or Asians?
Dude,
Don't
if
matter.
there's-
Subscriber
man,
count.
doesn't matter,
Subscriber count.
exactly.
if anyone can have a show about eating food, it's people at this table.
This is
Shoot,
true,
man.
But we talked briefly a few times about electronic gaming and the whole culture behind that now, that there were more views for the finale of games for the big tournaments than there were for major sporting events.
Yeah.
Well, one of the channels is starting a series about it in May. So there's going to be like an esports series on TV.
Yeah.
I think it's on like TBS or TNT, one of those Turner channels.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's starting to show the tide kind of stem over.
Well, that's it. We're on the back end of a
Said
generation
sharding.
growing up without a TV in their bedroom.
Yeah.
They just had a laptop.
Yeah.
That's been their entire entertainment experience.
Yep.
So now those kids are going to
laptop
college.
or a console, that had
Yeah,
apps
either way.
for stuff. So yeah.
I mean, I haven't had a TV in my bedroom in 7 years now.
Well, you're an adult. You've been an adult for 7 years. It doesn't count you.
He has not been an adult for 7 years.
He's got a point.
But that's like then you have this like generation that came up with really without giving a shit about TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been since this house. I haven't had a TV in my bedroom
Since your new house.
since. Well, it's not
Well,
new anymore. I've had it for
well,
8-9 years.
Yeah,
It's
But-
broken
that's
in.
the same thing. Because like in the apartment, actually, no, in the apartment I didn't have one either. So it's been more than 7. But it was that tube one that's sitting over there. I bought my first flat screen like 2.5 years
say
ago.
it like that, like not having a TV, like not caring about what's on TV.
Because it's like, why are we going to go home at 7:00 at night to watch a certain episode when I can watch it pretty much any other
whenever the
time?
hell I want to, or on my phone
while I'm riding the bus to school.
And then even then, like not even tuning in to things that are like production material. They're like, I'm going to watch this dude on YouTube do some shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. It's
Open
kind of
these
actually
candy
annoying.
eggs.
My daughter is into that. She literally just watches somebody play Minecraft for hours.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? She's like, it's like a soap opera because like they have voice acting and their characters are telling a story. You have to tune in to next episode to find out what happened at the
Yeah.
end. I'm like, this is retarded. That's
how
what
it
they're
is.
into, man.
Yeah.
My son is 3.5 years old, and he has his favorite YouTuber. It's some kid that plays with toys. And that's it.
He just sits there jelly all day long.
He
Like,
opens.
I want that toy.
No, he doesn't do that. He gets excited when he recognizes the toy, and then he's like, "Daddy, train track. The car went off the rails, crash."
Well, see, I still see that as better than like our nephew. He likes to watch like those eggs get opened up. So you walk in and you're watching someone open a toy.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
And that's it. Like
He does
they're
the
not
same
allowed to
thing,
touch
though.
it, and I'll play with it. They just like the
Oh,
camera goes around
yeah.
it, and then they move to the next egg, and they start wrapping that. I'm just like, I don't even know what that toy does. It just sat there. Is it edible? Like it came out of a
my
chocolate
son
egg.
has to watch it, and then they have to play with it because if they don't play with it, he's not interested.
No, this is just opening.
so yeah,
like,
no, that's
he just
weird.
wants to see it open. I'm like, I'll buy you one to open. Like,
But still, how many unboxing videos have you watched?
not many.
I probably watched about 5
Because that's
because it's usually the loot crates when I wasn't getting them, and now I just really don't
But
care.
it's pretty crazy
They've
when you
been
open
pretty
one of
good,
these
though.
up now. Now it's like a
Pretty
whole
good stuff,
production.
man.
You open them up, and it's like 35 minutes for a box opening.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
won't.
yeah.
If I want to see what's in the box, I'm looking for that like minute and a half.
Actually, there's this hot chick
What's
that
in the
does
box?
unboxings for Horror Block. I haven't watched the videos in a while, but she's hot, and I'm gonna go ahead and promote her. I think it's something
Well, I mean, we can put YouTube stuff up, huh?
I don't know if that's Inception or not.
Ooh, let's try it.
Yeah.
Let's try
What is
Inception.
her name? I think it was like Vamp.
Just
or something like
YouTube
that.
cute.
Just
chick
type in
horror
"hot
block.
chicks box" on YouTube and see what comes up.
I don't think this is going to go very well.
That won't go. That won't go poorly at all. I won't have to sign in to see adult content on that for that on YouTube at all.
Yeah, so it's Vamp, VAMP, and she does Horror Block unboxing. She's hot. She usually has like fangs.
Wait, horror block or horror?
Yeah, if you search
Horror.
YouTube for Vamp, you're going to get a lot of things that.
Look, what is her?
Just
It's-
what, Bam?
Her channel is Vamp, so can't you like do channel?
Well, just do horror block unboxing. Vamp.
Yeah, do Horror Block Vamp.
Horror.
Horrors. There she is. Yeah, chick's hot.
One more time, I don't know your opinion about the.
Chick's hot.
What do you think about this bitch? Is she
dude's-
attractive at all? I mean,
dude's
what,
hot, too.
What level?
Does she
What-
does she have a good mind?
I don't understand
care.
I don't understand how I should feel about this, Ed. You should tell me
You should
how.
be excited because she's hot.
Yeah, now all of our listeners can watch us watch her.
We ain't got no volumes. Chad and his multitasking over there.
Oh,
Hello, my fiends.
You'll get there.
I'm Leanna Vamp, and welcome back for another unboxing video brought to you by Horror Block. This is the
She broke
September
it. She
vlog
stabbed
that I'm
it.
opening a little bit later than usual because I've been traveling like crazy, but I'm finally home, and I can't wait to see what's inside.
She like reminds me
Cutting
of,
open the box. For the audio listeners at home,
yeah.
that's all that's happening right now. She's cutting open a box.
She just she throws me back to like
Up,
6th or 7th grade when I was into the goth
these
chicks.
T-shirt, and this is that's right, Silence of the Lambs. So you let Horror Block know your size, so you get the right size in every block.
So I wonder
What's
if she
insane
gets.
is that this person probably makes more than like at least half of us combined
Yeah,
at this table.
She
This
does.
is-
You know, it's
It's-
insane.
That's because she's pretty and we're not.
Hey,
it's an
I'm
insane-
pretty.
No, you're not.
Vinyl 2-pack, and it looks.
yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
you know how it
Did
goes.
you just say Tupac was alive?
No, leave that up over there. We're going to see if we can distract Ed.
Yeah,
It'll be funny.
so these YouTubers, man, they make money. I like the kid. Like I said, the kid that my son watches makes more money than us.
Well, one of the guys I work with,
individually.
his daughter. Well, I mean, this isn't on YouTube. Well, it's live streaming still. It counts as the same thing. But she pulled in. She's like single digit age. She pulled in more money than he makes in a year by playing Minecraft, like live streaming Minecraft. And she didn't have any money. She didn't have any clue she was making money. She just told her dad, she's like, "Yeah, I want to buy this like random toy. Can you pull money out of this account?" He's like, "What account?" And some random fan of hers like set up a bank account, like a donation account that had like at the time that he found out about it, it had like $48,000 in it.
Oh wow!
And she's like, "Yeah, they're wanting to invite me to Florida to play in this tournament or whatever. Can we look into that?" And it's like he contacts the guy that's running the whole thing. He's like, "Yeah, we'll fly out the entire family. Like, we'll put you up for a week." and then like later on find out like, holy shit, she's a kid.
Yeah,
Like, had no clue. Like, trying to convince, like, a dad that's like, what's going on with you and the internet?
Right.
Trying to convince them that, like, we had no idea she was a kid, and 2, we had no idea she was a she.
yeah.
Like, there was a lot of unknowns in this. But, yeah, she made more money last year, single-digit age, than her father did working a 9-to-5 job, playing a video game.
That's insane.
I should learn to play video games better, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, no, you can still suck at them.
It's
and
not about being good at the game. It's just start
for like
streaming
live
it and
streaming, everyone wants to watch someone play well,
Yeah.
but then you have like other players who have their entire following based on the fact that they either like rage out at some random game
Right.
and or
they're trolling other players.
They're trolling
throughout the
other
whole-
players,
the whole
yeah,
Or
time.
like-
they just drink a bunch of liquor and act stupid while they're playing.
Right.
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
do that. I can
or
do
they're
that.
sober and they act really stupid playing a video game.
I can
That's a lot
probably
of
do
them
that, too.
I can't be sober and act stupid.
You're sober.
This is I'm going to wrap up you in a very short amount of time here. Here, Neil excited? I'm excited. Yeah. Neil angry? I don't like that.
This is true.
Like,
I've seen it a little bit more than that.
invite you to a
on the angry
casting session.
side.
It's like, show me your range.
I was gonna say, I think Neil's rear view mirror has something to say about this.
like I don't
It
think
wasn't
I
the
don't
rear
think
view mirror; it was the windshield that broke.
yeah, the rear view mirror got glued to the new one. It was good. And I don't see that as his angry. That's his just like he'll tell you, I don't like that. This is I don't like. If he's angry, you're gonna know it because you dodged something.
Oh, well, like I've known you for a while, but like every tale of you being angry or upset at something, I've always heard much after the fact,
Yeah.
and I've never witnessed it.
Oh, I get angry.
It's fun.
Oh yeah, especially if we're playing a game and you don't
Yeah.
like the direction we're going in it.
Yeah.
I've heard you a slight bit peeved. Did my laptop just die?
When there's a hole in the wall, you know he's angry.
Yeah.
When growing up, there
I
was-
haven't found a stud yet, luckily.
I know. Well, and that's the thing is like
You
would
basically
see
just Wilson Fisk some shit.
Yeah.
from a kid, you'd see him process because there was the box for the fan, one of the old school ones that you had to click, 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 right? And he's angry and he sees it and he's like, and he aims for right next to it because he knows the stud's on this side. So he's like. I was just like, one day he's gonna find a double stud and be like, ah!
or you just remember some stuff and you get angry and you're like, wait. Step to the side, one step.
He's pulling up.
You know what we need to
screen
make?
phone.
We need to make a stud finder ring. That way it goes off as you punch close to a stud. You can stop and then move over an inch or two and then punch.
You're like, people ask like, why are you Green Lantern right now? Like,
But I mean, the thing is your anger gonna wait?
Oh, my anger gets worse if I have a broken hand. And then when you hit something with a broken hand, it makes it worse.
Yeah, Neil makes a face like this. I really don't know if that's his face, but I thought it was good.
You don't even know what you look like. You couldn't see it.
Yes, I can.
Oh, no, you can't.
Uh-huh.
That's backwards, though.
you can feel
It's like looking in a mirror.
I can think backwards.
I watched Memento like 20 or 30 times. I understand completely.
That is a great movie.
Yeah.
They're supposed to come with another one. Another remake I'm not going to watch.
Really?
Yeah.
So when does this era of remakes and reboots end?
Never.
It never does because
Go remake the remake.
I mean, as we die off, others will rise.
We have like a very short time span of moving pictures. Like it hasn't been around that long,
right.
Yeah.
And we've already had we've relaunched stuff that's existed only in the last 20 years. We've relaunched that how many times? Like
Yeah.
we're now on the second or third. How many we're like what third Spider-Man now?
No, it's
This
like
one should have
the-
Iron Man, though, so it'll be better.
Yeah, until it airs or until it releases and everyone realizes it sucks, and then like, oh, we got to start over again. Here we go back for another origin story.
Yeah.
Like, oh, parents died, kid sad.
Well, they really should just have, like, you know the way Star Wars has their little graphic that runs? They should just have that for all Marvel movies. They're like, this is a Marvel superhero movie. The kid had a bad childhood. One of his parents died. The other one's in jail. He becomes a superhero.
But no,
And it scrolls up. And
there's
then
going
bam,
to
Origin
be,
done.
hold on, there's going to be that change of if he is or isn't a billionaire.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, like does he have like a lot of money?
Well, if you've
and,
got
like,
a lot of
small
money,
power?
every word with an S in it has a dollar symbol for the S. If he
Okay,
doesn't have money,
that works.
It's just normal text.
Okay.
But then I want them to go the opposite end of the spectrum. Like, I want them to catch up. They have a brand new reboot of Spider-Man, but they go to the opposite end of the spectrum. He's 48, and the opening scene is him on his therapist's couch. It's like, yeah, I never got over it. Uncle Ben died, and it's kind of on me. And then like New York got destroyed like 17 times. Like you catch up on his history up to that point. He's like, I'm really tired of wearing spandex. Like I got a gut. I got a bunch of kids that hate me.
So it's like Spider-Man meets Analyze This.
Yeah. It's like, you know how hard it is to like be a superhero and want to save the world and like shoot webs from your wrist, but you can't shoot webs from your dick. Like erectile dysfunction is a really a big issue.
Oh, and arthritis could be setting in, so like he doesn't want to shoot the
like how
the
you
web
shoot
stuff
webs.
out. He's like it hurts every time. But
Didn't they do this? It's called
It
Old
would-
Man Logan.
No, it'd be awesome. Like Cyclops gets glaucoma.
Wait, how did they find out? How did the doctor check that?
Well,
Seriously.
he started reporting. His beam is not as strong as it used to be.
There's a pill for that.
He just gets angry at the TV. He's like, damn TV. Gene, aim my face. Aim my face, Gene. I'm opening my eyes any second. Is it pointing at a kid? I don't care.
Oh, the Hulk gets diabetes.
Like the Hulk like loses a foot.
Iron Man with lead poisoning.
That's kind of already in the movies.
A little bit, yeah.
No, Mercury though, he likes sushi.
He does like sushi. He likes shawarma more, though.
He didn't know what it was.
Likes shawarma more.
Huh?
Everybody likes shawarma more.
Well, no, they
More
just
than
said they
what?
liked
Sushi?
shawarma.
Well, yeah. And Thor
No, they didn't say
2,
they like it
Dark
more.
World, didn't they go eat sushi?
No, it
Or
was at the end of the
It was at
Avengers.
the end of the Avengers.
All of them
Yeah.
went.
Yeah.
But they didn't say they were just because none of them knew what it was. So they didn't say they liked it.
I don't know how you can be a billionaire playboy and not know what shawarma is.
I
Yeah,
know,
like
right?
you've never visited Greek countries at all.
Greek countries. Greek countries.
Crunchy rolls.
You've never been to the Mediterranean?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking
Yeah.
for.
Like what
Thank
happens
you.
when Hawkeye hits 42 and has repetitive stress injury in his shoulder from his
Right,
arrows?
you got
Like,
tennis elbow.
like I'm really tired of the world ending. Like I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, things
Okay.
need to get real in the Marvel universe.
Can't you just build me a gun? I'm tired of shooting arrows. Like Tony, build me a gun. when superheroing becomes ridiculous. And Captain America's still like, I'm 178 goddamn years old. I don't know what y'all's problem is.
Y'all need the serum.
Y'all need
Gotta
that
get the scissor.
Well, see, and I think that's the problem though. Cap is always trying to stop whoever's trying to make the serum. Cap's a dick. Cap is a dick, dude. He's like, nah, I'm going to be the only one like this. I'm the only super soldier. Nobody else can make this.
Kristen asked me earlier today, we were talking about superhero stuff, and she's like, name your favorite superhero from the Marvel side and the DC side. And it made me think a little bit about it. And for me, she's like, no TV shows, no cartoons, just characters themselves. So you're not tying it to anything in the current universe. And for me, Marvel, it's pretty straightforward with Thor. But then I was starting to think about it, and all the superheroes we're talking about now, like, they're just heroes to me.
Yeah.
Like, for me, unless you can look down at Earth, you're not a supreme being.
Right.
But then it's like that dude from Guardians of the Galaxy's got a spaceship. Like, I would still put him higher than almost everyone DC. So it's like, when you start thinking about Superman versus Batman, it's like, just fly to space, Batman can't get you.
Yeah, that's my whole argument. It was Superman goes up to the moon, finds Batman, laser beams him. Game over.
Yeah, you can laser beam him or just know it's coming and just huck a rock from the moon.
Yeah.
Like, no, I see him.
I got him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's ridiculous that this is even.
And the bad thing was I
conversations.
couldn't even come up with a favorite for DC.
Really?
Like, when I think about what I consider a superhero, like, I watched a lot of the Batmans when I was younger because they came out every 3 years, or 2 years. There was kind of a gap with Superman, but I got to see Lois and Clark with Terry Hatcher all the time,
Right.
so I was happy with that. But yeah, I mean, there just doesn't...
Dude, for me, it's Magneto and Constantine.
See, Constantine is on the list.
Yeah.
But there again,
But
he can't stand in outer space and look down on Earth, so he's immortal.
Well, no, he dies all the damn time, and he just keeps on coming back because he keeps tricking Satan. Because Satan apparently
Just because
is
he's
a
smarter
dumb
than the
bitch.
devil doesn't mean...
But he can't die though. That's the thing,
Yeah.
No, he can die. He's just really good at coming back.
Exactly. He just comes back. He's like, yeah, I just exercised like 25 demons, had them all in my body, threw myself off the bridge, and here I am again. Ready to do it again.
It's difficult to lump in all those books because that's the sort of second or third imprint for DC. Like that's one of the sub studios for DC. It's Vertigo.
It was Vertigo, yeah.
It's Vertigo. So
But
it's like,
I mean, it was brought back into the.
if someone
DC
asks you
fold
asks you what's your favorite superhero, like I don't lump Sandman to that shit. Like I don't
why not?
lump the fan.
Because
it's just
because, like I said, with DC and Vertigo, they brought back the New 52 Constantine under DC.
I'm talking
So,
like legacy.
I mean,
like if I'm
it's
thinking
the
about
same.
like the legacy of these imprints or whatever, I'm not thinking about stuff that happened in like the mid '90s with like their weird forays into
I do.
goth culture and stuff like that.
When somebody asks me who my favorite character is, I most definitely do. I mean, if it's within
when
the
someone
DC
asks
universe,
you specifically DC or Marvel superhero, I'm not thinking those.
yeah, that's weird. Because I mean, they're tied to the studios. I mean, the publishers. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I mean, just because like music labels, there's like
Oh well, I don't
20
care. He can't
different-
look. He can't hover above Earth and look at it. Done.
but he can.
Yeah,
He
that pretty
actually-
much leaves you with
know
no
what?
one but Superman. for
Constantine
me.
actually can.
Oh, yeah?
hover above Earth, but
is hell above Earth?
I don't know. It depends on how you look at
Did
it.
he go to heaven once?
But yeah, when I went and looked at a list of the top 25 DC characters, and yeah, he was the one.
Yeah.
me.
So yeah, Constantine and
I like the
Magneto.
Flash,
Magneto's
the concept
awesome.
of the Flash
So,
and
What's that?
interdimensions and all
Magneto
that.
is awesome on the Marvel side though, because he isn't a god or anything like that, but he pretty much is. Because
Could Magneto use his metal power to pick up Thor's hammer?
that's a good question. That would be interesting to find out. Honestly, I would think so though.
You look at me like I've never thought of this one before.
I haven't. That is awesome though. I would believe he could honestly.
I was thinking.
Marvel-
I think I was talking about.
I mean,
I wanna
he
know.
might not be able to pick it up with his hands, right?
But
'Cause
with
that's-
his mind, like
exactly,
his,
with
he
his
can
power,
control it
I think.
as.
yeah, he's not
but-
technically wielding it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not wielding it. So
Checkmate, Marvel.
Yeah.
so
We got you, bitch.
so yeah, so I would think so. So,
But does it have the same powers then, or is it just a normal hammer at that point? Because he's not.
Well, if you
wielding
huck a
it.
giant mythical hammer at
Yeah.
somebody with your Magneto powers,
Yeah, but is it mythical
it's
anymore?
going to leave a dent.
But there's not lightning flowing through it like when Thor. Is
Yeah, but
with-
still, you have a hammer that no one else can pick up, and you just say, "Hey, catch this." It's going to leave a mark.
It's still. It reminds me of the meme where you have the hammer on the toilet and Spider-Man going, "Not cool, Thor," like holding his pants.
But I think I was talking to Garcia about this, like the way Netflix is going and the way Daredevil worked out and all the stuff they're doing with Marvel. I would love to see like a X-Men kind of thing with the original 5 X-Men members set in the 60s with that feel halfway between, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, but with a lot of that political content that you have on House of Cards, because that's civil rights. That was the original backstory, or kind of like the framing of the whole mutant thing with X-Men.
well, yeah, it was all political.
Yeah, it was all
Man.
political.
Yeah.
I don't need no history in my superhero
Yeah,
stuff,
I don't know.
man. Like,
I don't know how.
Well,
I
if
feel
you
about
read
that.
the book, the 4-part book by Alex Ross called Marvels, that they explored a lot of that stuff, and it was a really badass book. It was a view of pretty much the entire, like, the first 30 years of Marvel through the eyes. The book kind of views the whole thing through the eyes of this reporter who is reporting on all this stuff
Was
as
it J.J.
happens.
Jameson?
No,
Oh,
no.
that's the only person I care about.
There's I
His
just
view
saw
of
this
Spider-Man.
the other day. Brad Wright. I don't know if you know him. Kyle would, but he left. Brad Wright's one of the guys from Stargate SG-1. He's teaming up with the dude from Will and Grace, Will, to do a new show called Travelers on Netflix. And it's going to be time travel where these FBI agents from the future come back to save humanity. So Netflix is broadening their horizons again and going a little bit beyond just some of the status quo. I mean, they've done pretty good with the Marvel stuff so far. So it's interesting to me that now you have what I consider a pretty big name in Brad Wright. First time he's done a project since any of the Stargate stuff doing something with Netflix. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see, like you mentioned earlier, the way TV is progressing, because I love just spending one weekend watching a show
Yeah.
instead of having to.
It's
do
great,
hour
and
by
plus
hour.
they're taking it to depths that you can't hit. Like
Yeah.
when you have to please sponsors,
Yeah.
you leave a lot on the table when you have to make a bunch of advertisers happy.
So
That's not a good day. When you have like Tide calling you for notes on a creative show,
oh yeah,
it's
Yeah.
bullshit. It's bullshit. Well,
I think we're ready to wrap it up.
I guess so.
Yeah. We got some outro music.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, that's episode 50.
There it is.
Ed will be back for episode 89.
I got some comics that are
Maybe.
really, really old.
Yeah, he does.
Well,
They smell funny.
Till next week.
See y'all later.
good night, guys.
Middle.